You type a prompt and an answer appears. It feels effortless. But beneath the glitch of the screen is a loud, heavy industrial reality. Long before an AI chip processes a single word, it exacts a massive toll. Manufacturing just one high-end GPU emits roughly 200 kilograms of carbon dioxide, equivalent to driving a gasoline car for over 800 miles. These highly specialized chips are built for speed, not longevity. Because hardware performance is advancing so quickly, these components become obsolete and require disposal in just 2 to 3 years. Keeping thousands of these servers from overheating requires immense amounts of water. A single hyperscale data center can consume up to 5 million gallons a day, comparable to the needs of a small town, and many are being built in regions already facing severe water stress. To power all that hardware, a single modern AI data center requires as much electricity as 100,000 homes. The cloud has evolved into the most resource-intensive heavy industry of the 21st century. This infrastructure growth is highly clustered. Because developers favor specific regional hubs, 60% of all U.S. data centers are now squeezed into just 10 states. In Loudoun County, Virginia, the self-described data center capital of the world, residents are watching prime farmland get rezoned for server campuses, while electricity rates for local households continue to climb. For those living nearby, the costs are physical. Routine testing of emergency diesel generators releases fine particulate matter linked to respiratory disease, while cooling fans create a constant 100-decibel roar for neighbors. If these facilities reach their projected 12% share of U.S. electricity consumption by 2028, the surge will either break the current power grid or force a massive return to coal and gas to bridge the gap. This creates a trillion-dollar bottleneck. AI data centers require firm baseload power, electricity that is 99.999% reliable and never drops for even a second. Current renewable grids cannot solve this on their own. Solar and wind are weather-dependent, and the current grid lacks the long-term storage needed to turn intermittent breezes into a constant, heavy-duty supply. Tech companies also cannot default to coal or natural gas to fill that gap without violating their own strict corporate climate pledges. This bottleneck is acting as a forcing function. Tech giants are now so desperate for constant carbon-free power that they are being forced to directly fund its creation. Nuclear energy offers the specific profile these facilities need. It operates at full capacity around the clock, provides stable long-term costs, and requires refueling only once every few years. This demand is drawing billions in private capital toward previously stalled technologies, moving small modular reactors and next-generation geothermal projects from the drawing board to the construction site. The pressure is also forcing an internal evolution. The industry is moving away from general-purpose chips toward specialized, hyper-efficient architectures that consume significantly less power per computation. A moment of wonder. The relentless resource demand of artificial intelligence is inadvertently financing the clean energy infrastructure the world has spent decades trying to build. Does artificial intelligence ultimately consume more environmental resources than it can save? We have to look at both sides of the ledger. By 2035, the global boom in AI data centers is projected to add roughly 1.6 gigatons of carbon emissions to the atmosphere. But AI is being applied to the 3 sectors responsible for half of all global emissions. But these macroeconomic savings do not automatically protect the local towns hosting the servers. Realizing this potential requires strict local governance, community benefits agreements, transparent siting criteria, and water protection laws to ensure hyperscalers don't simply drain local resources and move on. Without cost recovery safeguards, taxpayers will be left paying for the massive electrical substations and water lines built for data centers long after the facility itself becomes obsolete. The AI boom is a planetary stress test. It threatens to break our power grid, while serving as the financial catalyst required to finally fix it.